Welcome in, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare some lamb and grilled asparagus tonight. So I'm gonna show you how the preparation works, the grilling, and the final result. This is a well-rounded, nutritious meal with a lot of protein. You can always add your own sauces if you feel like you want to boost the flavor a little bit, but keeping it simple is usually the way to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that preparation. All right, give the hands a quick wash. So for this preparation of lamb, you really can't go wrong with basic Mediterranean herbs and spices. I'm gonna do some garlic, salt, pepper, obviously, and rosemary. For the grilled asparagus, I'm also gonna be using some of the minced garlic. So what I'm gonna wanna do for the seasoning of the asparagus is to prepare the oil that I'm gonna coat it in. So you combine all the ingredients in the oil first, and then you put it onto the asparagus. Pyrex, but we're gonna use that as well for the asparagus to season those. It's definitely the easiest way once you get the asparagus in the Pyrex and you start tossing it around in the oil, because you don't have to worry about the oil spilling over onto the counter and making too much of a mess. And that is key, because one thing that we don't enjoy is the cleaning aspect. That's a dated opinion, right? Look at these beautiful lamb rib chops. Thick in all the right places. I'm just gonna pull a little bit of the extra off using a paper towel. You don't wanna do too much of that, because what happens is you'll destabilize the meat, first of all. That's like the casing holding it in place, and also a lot of the flavor that goes on to the outside gets trapped in the fat, and then as it cooks, that's what goes into the meat, flavoring the meat. So never eliminate completely the fat from your meat. You can trim it a bit. I do recommend trimming the fat where you feel it's excessive. Just don't get rid of it. It's pretty. I have 4. I was planning on cooking for more than just myself, but that did not happen. So in order to prevent waste or even take up more freezer space, I'm gonna cook them all. Worst case scenario, I'll have some meal prep. When it comes to oiling meat, as a matter of fact, let me create the oil for the asparagus first. Every time you pick up raw meat, wash your hands. If you happen to touch something in between touching meat and your hands, wash the thing that you touched. A little bit of common knowledge there that not everybody says, but everybody should say. Alright, so oil. I'm gonna eyeball it really, but probably about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. 1.5 tablespoons of oil. What's funny to me is that on cooking shows, they never are able to show the labels on anything. If something's good, why are they not allowed to advertise it? You can go ahead and season the olive oil now. What are we supposed to buy? I got this beautiful organic so-and-so, and we can't access those ingredients. I like black pepper. Let me just get that out the way. For anybody who sees me use black pepper excessively to your taste, just know that's my thing. This is Italian Mediterranean sea salt. The reason why I like sea salt is because a little bit goes a long way. There's really not too much of a difference besides the fact that it's completely natural. But organic oregano. The flavor profile from the Italian herbs will really kick up the pairing between the lamb and the asparagus, because they're both earthy. Lamb has a very rich flavor. It needs to be balanced by something earthy. This is organic thyme. Benefit of that is it brightens up the dish a little bit, adds a acidic note. Having lemon juice would be nice. Don't think I have any lemons. I have a blood orange. That's not gonna cut it. Put salt in there, right? Minced garlic paste, already ready to go. I know I typically use fresh garlic and I mince it myself, I promise, but for the sake of getting things done a little bit quicker, I'm post-workout right now and I'm really looking forward to eating. I wanna just get things streamlined. So for this, you know how it comes out in spurts. You wanna do 2 spurts, about the size of skinny gnocchi. There you go. 2 skinny gnocchi, all the herbs, oil. Let me mix that up a little bit. Just a sec. I'm just gonna use a fork, guys. It's not a big deal. You don't need to have specialist equipment to mix things. Does it make it quicker? Possibly. Does it make it better? Nope. I do gotta spend a little bit extra time though to make sure it's evenly separated. One thing you definitely don't want when you add garlic to vegetables is for clumps to get stuck in certain places because it won't cook, won't get toasted, and then it'll just have a big clump of minced garlic in one spot. Fork is good because it allows you, if you have the tube like I did, just to separate that shit pretty easily. And you ain't gotta spend too much time on that. We don't want to spend too much time on that. See, now even if I served this combination here with a toasted Italian bread, it would be fire. Ignore the advertisements in the background. We're not funded just yet. Gotta deal with those. All right, so that's ready. I got the mix ready for the asparagus. Let me get the asparagus out the refrigerator really quick. Had an extra wash in there. All right, so what I got here, some juicy organic asparagus, really thick stalks, USDA organic. If you can't get organic, I understand. Some things are more important than others in terms of organic. The vegetables are kind of important to me because pesticides are definitely a thing and they don't go anywhere. They stick onto the skin and they've been shown to cause cancer and a whole bunch of other shit. So I don't like buying vegetables and fruits that are not organic. When it comes to meat, I'm talking about organic, grass-fed, yada, that kind of really doesn't make a difference to me specifically. But so I'm sure you've noticed that there's a big price gap between regular and organic, and specifically for the asparagus. I'm not gonna lie, regular was $3.50 something, maybe $3.49, something like that. The organic is $9. So there's that. But look at those stalks. Sheesh. It's just crazy to me though, because $9 is the price of a high-end side at a restaurant, 9 to 20 typically. And well, I'm gonna go right there. That's it. You gotta cut the bottom of the asparagus off. If nobody ever told you that. It would take much longer to cook the bottom than the top. So you gotta cut the bottom off. Not only that, but it's chewy as hell and just fibrous, and unless you like that kind of thing, that's your jam. Let me see. All right, cool. I'll wash it right quick. Next time I'm probably gonna have some sort of holster for my camera so you can see every single step that I'm doing. You won't miss a thing. So got my beautiful asparagus. So excess water, get it all off. A tiny bit of water, it's acceptable. Excess, eliminate it. All right, it's good. Another reason why I cut the asparagus to the length that I did is because it fits perfectly in that shit. So I got my asparagus, got my lamb, just gotta season both, and then it's grill time. We'll start with the lamb. Really want the seasoning to have a chance to soak into it, and gotta wash my hands again. Every time I look at the lamb, I have to touch it. I don't know why. Something wrong with me, possibly. How much more perfect do I need it to be? I also like to clean up a little bit as I go because I don't got anybody after me coming in here and cleaning up everything. As I said earlier, I don't think the cook should be cleaning, but hey, if we do have to, it makes it a little bit easier on us if we do it step by step as we're cooking. All right, when it comes to putting oil, like I was saying earlier, on meat, you want to use your hands. I dab it a little bit on my finger, just like that. Rub it in. Give it a massage. You ever seen the movie Year One with Jack Black? Think of the oil massage that he had to give the dude, the super hairy dude. Really want to work it into all the crevices. All right, it's looking pretty good so far. Like I said, I only put a little bit on my pointer finger, and then I circular motion massage that shit into the meat. This is really good olive oil. I can smell it as it's coming out of the bottle. It adds a tone to the whole meal. You gotta make sure you coat both sides. Now I gotta wash my hands again. All right, other side. There you go. Don't be shy. Get in there, mate. All right. This one's meat isn't as thick as the other ones. It's kind of falling inward. Some of them do that. That's why the fat's important. If I had removed the fat completely, the meat would have just sagged off the bone. Definitely don't want that. You want your meal intact, looking good. Looks really aren't the most important thing, but more wash, then we'll get into the seasoning. Now, the cook is really the most important part about lamb. Everybody's got their preference, but industry standard typically is like to medium rare. I'm gonna do medium rare because personally, I don't like any meat rare. I don't like blood. I don't drink blood. I'm not one of them. So let's do a little bit of salt. Like I said before, the sea salt goes longer, table salt. So I don't need too much. Just want to evenly coat it. Also, as I said before, I do like black pepper. That seems like enough. Don't need the oregano or the thyme. We're gonna take the garlic before the rosemary, same thing, onto the finger. Really satisfying actually to do this if you've never done this. And just spread and minced, it's like a body scrub. Spread the minced garlic onto the lamb. You're giving this meat here a royal treatment is honestly what you want to go for. It's good. I like it a lot. That, be dirty. Don't be afraid to be dirty, right? When it comes to the food, let's stay focused. Keep it though. Clean workspace, dirty food. There you go. Last but not least, the rosemary. This is organic rosemary as well. Can you smell it through the camera? One leaf at a time, stick that shit on there. Every single leaf matters. Every single leaf. I'm gonna do about 6 per side per chop, depending on the size of the chop. 5's probably good enough, but 5's good enough in this case. If you find crevices to wedge the herbs into, that's always a bet. Always look for little nooks and crannies that you can wedge your herbs into and catch a lot of seasoning and shit as it's cooking. That way the juices kind of puddle and form a ultra flavoring sauce of natural fluid as you cook it. Okay, well, this one looks good too. I might want to put that right there. I do. Nice. I'm going to wash one more time, flip, and then do the same thing I just did for that side on the other side. Once again, sorry for the ads.
So new snoozers and experienced snoozers are both covered. They've even got gentle
Flip.
for little ones. Looking for a daily wind down ritual too? Always relaxing magnesium is your nervous system's new BFF.
Quick wash, because I flipped them. You don't want to flip the meat and then touch the seasoning and not wash the seasoning bottle or your hands or shit, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, salt, what's that? Paper towel, you're not welcome. Evenly. If you want, you can always put extra salt and extra seasoning in general on the handle, on the rib portion where the bone is, because you don't typically get a lot of meat out of that anyway. You're not gonna directly go for the handle first things first, but when you're finishing up the chop and all you got left is the handle, it just has that burst of flavor right there and you just lick it clean. Apple. I do love some pepper. Doesn't really matter what kind, like all peppers. This happens to be a blend. White, red, and black. What else? So here's the garlic once again. It rubs the garlic on its ribs. It's gonna be so damn good. I don't have to tell you, you're seeing it. First-hand witness. Extra on the handle, because why not? Also, these tubes are so efficient. Last me at least 3 times cooking. And I'm talking about recipes that call for a lot of garlic. I don't like having to buy fresh garlic every single time when I use it. Maybe I'll find a way, I don't know. All right, so now I got all the garlic, all that done. The last thing, as you know, is the rosemary. And we're gonna take care with every single leaf. 5 to 6. It helps if you stick pointy end in the meat first. I'll also give you that tip. Keeps it in place. It's kind of tough actually to keep them from falling off while they're grilling. So if they do, you lose the flavor. Whole bunch of extra in the handle, like I said, don't be shy. The biggest mistake American people make is under seasoning shit that goes on the grill, possibly out of fear of fucking up good meat, and I get that 100% because it's not cheap, but you gotta venture outside your comfort zone every once in a while. There we go. Really beautiful now, coming together. The smaller leaves you can grab in bunches as opposed to the bigger ones that you can lay down individually. Always want something on the stem. Always want something on the handle, rather, of the lollipop. There we go. Put the fuck out that bitch. I don't know if this is gonna be censored or not. Haven't decided yet. There we go. Where should these go? Let's put them right there. It looks healthy. That was just one little stalk. That's why you gotta take care and really use every leaf. You can get a lot out of that. Every single lamb chop is now coated and good to go on the grill. What I'm gonna do, I have this really awesome grill. It's called a Weber Q Pulse that tells me when things are done and whatnot by using a temperature probe. So this thing right here, is it necessary? No. I was absolutely slaying the grill even before I got this new grill, but if you can get meat perfect every single time, why wouldn't you? It's no less manly to use a meat probe. So what I'm gonna do for this one is I'm gonna put the probe in the thickest chop, and I'm gonna take off all of them when the thickest chop gets to medium rare. Scratch that. I'll take all of them off when it's between rare and medium rare, the thickest chop. Insert the probe, make sure it's in the center of the meat. There you go. I'll show you that process in a second. Now let's season the asparagus. In 33 minutes. So you gotta figure probably about, if you're working a little bit more efficiently than I am, it will take you 45 minutes to an hour to complete the whole meal. I feel the need to explain some things sometimes, which takes longer. It's not necessary though for you, obviously. Breeze through it. All right, so with the asparagus, we have our mixture of olive oil, herbs, and garlic. Take that shit. Now, the fork was great for the mixing aspect. Now I need a spoon. Great. Now, really the best way to toss the asparagus is with your hands. So I'm just getting there. You could also use tongs, but man, I've done it 100 times and I honestly just don't see the benefit of using tongs in this instance. Wash your hands after, it's all good.
Now's the time to visit Walt Disney World Resort. Go to disneyworld.com/preschool to learn.
This gets it more evenly coated. God, that's sexy. Now that's good. They don't take long to cook, so they're gonna go on in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the lamb chops being done. We wanna grill them over high heat super quickly, get the char on the outside of the asparagus, but we don't want to cook them too long to the point where they get withered. It's about really finding a balance. They might actually be harder to grill than the lamb. Grill correctly, I'll say that. When I was working for a restaurant, the one thing that I got the most complaints about was grilled asparagus because it is so hard to get right consistently. All right, let's go to the grill and put these bad boys on. Join me. Hope everybody's enjoying this so far. I truly love cooking. It's one of the great joys of my life that I can combine my knowledge of nutrition, my training, and great recipes. Let me show you my haven. I'm gonna eventually have to get a legitimate light out here, but until that happens, I love the green. All right, that is the Weber electric pulse grill. This is the control where the probe goes. And one thing that's really cool about this is that it came with the app that all syncs together. And we're gonna take a look where that's at. Here's the Weber app. Just turn the bad boy on. Put it on the side. It's an electric grill. Like I said, I'm in a condo. I'm not allowed to have propane, not allowed to have gas. So you gotta make do with what you got, and this shit gets pretty damn hot. Pulse is connected. I'm gonna go into the recipe for the lamb chop. It tells you straight up how long it's gonna take. Overview, the doneness. I'm gonna change that from rare to medium rare, like I said. I'll take a close look at that as it's getting closer to that time. 5 minutes preparation, 3 to 18 minutes grill time. Tells you exactly what you want to do. You want to preheat the grill first. I have not done that. So let me do that. High heat for that sear. I'm going to have to turn these all the way up. Down one once it gets all the way up. It'll probably reach 550 in about 25 minutes. So while that's preparing and doing its thing, I'm just going to take a little break, sip a small glass of wine. It's beautiful. And I'll resume this when it's time to put the stuff on the grill. All right, so I got the lamb chops grilled because it was just something I had to focus on. It was only 3 to 4 minutes per side to get it to medium rare. So you can imagine how quick it would have been if it was rare. They look beautiful. I'm gonna go peep the asparagus really quick. I know it's gonna be done any minute now as well. I need to get a different tool to move those around than the tongs that I use for the raw meat. Let's use spatula. You gotta make do with what you got. Just gonna move them. They've been on the grill for 2 minutes. They already got some black in some areas, already developing some healthy chars. It's beautiful. Like I said, it can't be long with those. Oh, shit. Sorry. You don't want to be turned up to the max, I understand. It made it sound like, the fuck are you doing? So, when it comes to resting the lamb chops, maximum 5 minutes. Right now it's been 5 minutes, so these are good to go. They're good to eat. Cleaned up a little bit, not too much. I gotta do a lot more. But I got Robbie over here helping me out. You already know that's Timu right there. That is Timu. Not bad though, honestly. Let me grab a plate for the asparagus. Inspect it, make sure it's clean enough for me. Nope, not that one. Don't feel like cleaning something right now. No. First one was the best. Pretty good. Let's go back. Alright, see what the hell's going on. I smell them. That's good. Not quite. I got them too crowded too. You want some air to pass through because it makes them cook faster. Hot air will do the trick. Should have also had them positioned so that they were alternating that tail to create more space. But I didn't. I'd probably say another 2 minutes.
It's those plantains.
I can tell you this, I'm gonna eat every single one of those asparagus, so chops. All right. You know what? Fuck it. I'll probably eat all of them. Robbie, you okay?
Oh, you got stuck because that's a thing right there. What is that? Like a booger? Wow. Hard as a rock.
Let's go get those asparagus. The last thing you want is for them to get wrinkly. I see one getting a little bit wrinkly. That means it's time to come off. They all gotta come off right now. It's gotta go. That's why I use the spatula. Just so you all know, if you get the balance right, it's quicker than anything. Fuck yes. It's a little hot right now. Really beautiful. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This is just one example of something you can do to feed two. A little date night, healthy date night, or just one person post-workout. Peace.